Stoicism is more than timeless wisdom or passing thoughts. It's a way to prepare for life's storms with calm and clarity. In this video, we explore powerful insights drawn from the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. Framed through 100 life rules that will protect your future after 40, these principles offer a deeper understanding of how to live with strength, purpose, and resilience. Stay with us until the end. What you learn here could shape the next chapter of your life. If it's your first time here, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications. This way, you'll be supporting the creation of valuable content like this. Just because there is a race doesn't mean you have to run. The world moves fast, and it loves to pressure you into keeping up. But not every path is yours to follow. Choosing peace over competition is a strength, not a weakness. When you discover your self-worth, you lose interest in anyone who doesn't see it. You stop chasing approval. You stop shrinking to fit. You start walking taller, and suddenly, the people who matter are the ones who truly see you. Sometimes you don't get what you want because you deserve better. Rejection can feel cruel, but life often has a way of protecting you. When doors close, it's not always punishment. It's redirection towards something greater. Learn to be done with people. Not mad, not bothered, just done. Peace comes when you stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Silence can be the loudest form of self-respect. Sometimes your heart needs more time to accept what your mind already knows. Logic may see the truth first, but healing isn't just mental. Be gentle with your heart. It processes pain in its own time. Life is better when you decide your worth is not a group decision. The moment you stop outsourcing your value, you free yourself. You're no longer performing, you're simply being, and that's where real confidence lives. The past cannot be changed, forgotten, or erased. It can only be accepted. Trying to rewrite what's done only deepens the wound. Acceptance isn't defeat, it's release, and with it comes freedom. Be a good person, but never waste time proving it. Let your actions speak quietly and clearly. Integrity needs no audience. The right people will know who you are, without the performance. Sometimes we don't want to heal because the pain is the last link to what we've lost. Letting go can feel like betrayal, like losing them all over again. But healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning to carry love without carrying the wound. A conversation about how you feel is not supposed to end in an argument. Honesty should build bridges, not walls. If your feelings are met with defense instead of understanding, you're speaking to someone who's not ready to listen. So many people from your past know a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. You've grown, evolved, and shed skin they still remember. Don't shrink to fit their memory. Honor who you've become. Nothing will hold you back like the weight of what you are avoiding. Avoidance is quiet, but heavy. What you resist builds roots. Face it, name it, move through it. That's where the light gets in. Never let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin the happiness of your present. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is unknown. But today, this moment, is a chance to feel, to breathe, to be here fully. Don't miss it. The fact that you are still kind after all you have been through shows how strong you are. Kindness after pain is not weakness, it's courage. It's choosing love over bitterness again and again, even when it's hard. Never stop being kind. In a world that can be harsh and cold, your kindness is a quiet rebellion. Stay soft. That's where your strength lives. Sometimes holding on does more damage than simply letting go. Clinging feels safe, but it often cuts deeper. Letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing peace over struggle. Give up the illusion that things could have gone differently. It's getting in the way of the present moment. Regret replays what can't be changed. Acceptance releases it. This moment is all that's real. Don't waste it on what if. Everything you desire already exists. It's just waiting for you to align with it. You don't have to chase it. Just become the version of yourself that's ready to receive it. That's where everything begins. The good you bring into the world always finds a way to come back to you. It might not be instant. It might not be obvious. But what you give, truthfully and generously, circles back when you least expect it. Never be ashamed of your feelings and desires. There will be no second life for them. What you carry in your heart is real. Suppressing it out of fear or shame is a quiet form of self-betrayal. This life is your one chance. Feel it fully. Live it honestly. You don't deserve someone who comes back. You deserve someone who never leaves. Loyalty isn't proven through return. It's shown through presence. Consistency, not apology, is the mark of real love. They don't see the wrong in their actions because they surround themselves with people who normalize it. Environment shapes conscience. When dysfunction becomes the norm, accountability disappears. Don't waste your truth on those who refuse to see. Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know. Pain has patience. It stays until you listen. Once the lesson is learned, the wound no longer needs to hurt. Sometimes you think you want to disappear, but all you really want is to be found by someone. It's not vanishing you crave, it's being seen, being understood without having to explain. That longing is for connection, not escape. And one day you will smile and say, "This is more than what I prayed for." Life has quiet surprises waiting. When your patience and hope align, blessings arrive in ways you never imagined. It's funny how day by day nothing ever changes, but when you look back, everything is different. Growth is subtle, change hides in small moments. But in time, the distance between who you were and who you are becomes undeniable. Only the people who care about you hear you when you're quiet. Love pays attention. Even in silence, your energy speaks, and those who truly care are fluent in your stillness. For your peace of mind, try not to understand everything, just live and experience life as it is. Not everything needs analysis. Some things are meant to be felt, not solved. Surrendering control is where peace begins. Some stranger somewhere still remembers you because you were kind to them when no one else was. Your kindness left a mark. Even if you don't remember the moment, they do. You mattered more than you know. True strength is built in the moments you decide to rise when the world expects you to break. It's not about never falling, it's about rising when no one believes you can. That quiet defiance, that inner fire, is where real strength lives. You either solve the problem or leave the problem, never live with the problem. Tolerating what drains you slowly becomes your identity. Liberation begins the moment you choose action over endurance. Don't give so much of yourself to people who will not do the same for you. Love should never leave you empty. Pour into those who also fill. There's nothing noble about running dry for someone who never reaches for your cup. Sometimes turning the page could be hard when you know someone won't be in the next chapter, but the story must go on. Letting go isn't forgetting, it's making room for what's next. Even if they were important, you must keep writing your life. Enjoy the moments before they become memories. The present is fleeting. One day, these ordinary moments will echo in your mind. Live them now, before they fade into nostalgia. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Hardship will knock you down, but your response, that quiet refusal to be less than who you are, is power. Be kind to everyone. It's their first time living. But never forget, it's your first time too. We're all learning as we go. Extend grace to others and to yourself. No one has it all figured out, not even you. People treat you how they feel about themselves. Don't take it personally. Their cruelty isn't about your worth, it's a reflection of their pain. Don't let their wounds become your story. If you keep carrying old bricks, you will keep building the same house. Patterns repeat when pain remains unhealed. To build something new, you must lay down what no longer fits. Don't sell your house to sleep one night at the hotel. Don't trade long-term peace for short-term comfort. Impulse can cost you more than it gives. Protect what truly matters. You belong to the ones who have seen your scars and still choose to stay. Love without illusion is rare. The ones who know your flaws and remain, those are your people. That's where home is. Sometimes the worst place you can be is inside your own head. Overthinking turns thoughts into cages. Freedom begins when you step outside the spiral and return to the present. Spend more time with the people who remind you who you are. Some people bring you back to yourself. In their presence, you feel grounded, real. Hold on to them, they're rare. You don't have to be the best person, you just have to be someone who is trying to do better. Perfection is a trap. Growth lives in the effort, in choosing progress over pride, day after day. It's okay to miss people and still not want them back in your life. Missing is human. But love without peace is not worth returning to. Honor the feeling without reopening the door. Live life as if it was your second time around and aim to not redo the mistakes you did the first time. With that mindset, everything slows down. You act with intention, speak with care, and choose not to repeat what once hurt you. Healing isn't about becoming who you were before. It's about letting go of what broke you and building someone stronger. You're not meant to go back. You're meant to rise, wiser and braver than before. Healing transforms. It's not a rewind, it's a rebirth. When the road gets bumpy, you don't leave the car, you put the seatbelt on. Discomfort doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it means you're moving forward. Hold steady, ride it through. Respect your boundaries enough not to argue with someone committed to misunderstanding you. Not every battle deserves your energy. When someone refuses to hear you, silence becomes your shield. You're not late, you're not early, you're exactly where you need to be. There's a quiet rhythm to life. Trust the timing, even when it feels off. You're arriving right on time. Just because someone handles a difficult, challenging situation gracefully doesn't mean it's not weighing heavily on them. Strength isn't the absence of struggle. Some people carry storms in silence. Never mistake composure for ease. The outward appearances can be deceiving, and people might struggle more than they let on. Smiles can mask pain. Don't assume you know the whole story. Kindness costs nothing, and some need it more than they show. Be so focused on watering your own grass that you don't have time to check if someone else's is greener. Comparison robs you of joy. Growth happens when your attention turns inward on your path, your pace, your progress. Sometimes your peace depends on walking away without answers. Closure isn't always something you get. Sometimes it's something you choose, by deciding that peace is worth more than understanding. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes upset by it. Perspective is power. Most things aren't as big as they feel in the moment. Protect your energy, let the little go. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Regret won't rewrite it, and worry won't shape what's ahead. You're not defined by what happened. Learn, release, and step forward. That's the only direction that offers freedom. Focus on the present, because that's where real change happens. The future is built one moment at a time. Right now is your chance to shift everything. Start here. You still have time to become the person you want to be. It's not too late. Growth isn't bound by age or timelines. As long as you're breathing, becoming is possible. You can't change other people, and it's rude to try. Control belongs inward. Expecting someone to fit your mold steals both your peace and their freedom. Stop expecting others to give you more respect than the respect you give yourself. The way you treat yourself sets the standard. When you stand tall, others learn how to stand with you, or not at all. Never trust anybody. Trust is earned, not given from the start. Openness is generous, but trust is sacred. Let people show you who they are before handing them the keys to your peace. You are never too old to cut people out of your life. Age doesn't obligate you to tolerate disrespect. Boundaries aren't youthful rebellion, they're lifelong necessities. Life gives you lots of chances to screw up, which means you have just as many chances to get it right. Mistakes don't define you, your response does. Every wrong turn is still a road back to something better. Don't make yourself available too much for anyone, you will lose importance. Being always there can make your presence feel ordinary. Sometimes distance teaches others to value your time. Just because the boat rocks doesn't mean it's time to jump overboard. Discomfort isn't always danger. Sometimes it's just a wave. Ride it out before abandoning ship. Stop trying to be happy. You can't be happy all the time, and it's okay. Happiness isn't a permanent state, it's a fleeting visitor. Let it come and go. Wholeness includes the quiet too. You don't like everybody, so don't worry about everybody liking you. Freedom comes when you stop performing. Be real, not pleasing. Authenticity draws the right people close. Sometimes you can make all the right choices and then have to sit there and watch them all crumble around you. You just have to pick up the pieces and keep moving. Effort doesn't always guarantee outcome, but resilience begins where control ends. Keep walking, even through the ruins. Nothing that life has to offer is worth the price of worry. Worry steals the moment without giving anything in return. Let go of what you can't fix and protect your peace. You stop explaining yourself when you realize people only understand from their level of perception. Some won't get it, and that's not your job to fix. Peace begins when you stop needing to be understood by everyone. Don't hang on to your mistakes just because you spent a lot of time making them. Time invested doesn't justify staying stuck. Letting go isn't failure, it's wisdom. Walk away if it no longer serves your growth. No matter how good a person you are, you will always be bad in someone's story. Perception is personal. You can live with integrity and still be misunderstood. Focus on truth, not approval. To live life, you need problems. If you get what you want the minute you want it, then what's the point of living? Struggle gives meaning to joy. The climb shapes you in ways comfort never could. Without effort, life loses depth. Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. Not every voice deserves space in your mind. Consider the source before you carry their judgment. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. Authority over your path is yours alone. The moment you stop handing out permission slips, you reclaim your power. Say no more than you wish to have said. Do no less than what you wish to have done. Words hold weight. Actions echo. Speak with intention, act with meaning, and let both align. Discipline your mind to see the good in every situation and look at the best side of every event. This isn't delusion, it's training. Optimism is a muscle, and choosing light, especially in darkness, is strength. Stop expecting others to always agree with you. Agreement isn't a requirement for respect. Let others hold their views and stay grounded in your own. Don't do anything you feel you'd have to lie about later. If you can't say it out loud, it might not be worth doing. Peace is living in truth, unapologetically. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you, but your life isn't a democracy. Not everyone will clap for your boundaries. Still, do what honors your soul. Any thought you have about the future is a delusion. The future is fiction until it becomes now. Worrying about it writes stories that may never happen. Live in the only moment that's real, this one. If you need more than one hand to count your best friends, you're not a great best friend. Depth over numbers. Real friendship is built through presence, not proximity. Fewer connections, deeper bonds, that's what lasts. There's a lot of things worth caring about, but not everything deserves your heart. Choose what you invest in carefully, because your energy is finite. Don't correct people if you could just as easily let it slide. Pride wants to win. Wisdom wants peace. Not every hill is worth the climb. Sometimes silence is stronger than being right. Life doesn't care about your vision, you just gotta roll with it. Plans are fragile. Life bends them. Resilience comes from adjusting, not insisting. Nothing happens to anyone that he is not fit by nature to bear. Your strength may not be obvious, but it's there. You were built for this moment, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. It's never too late to turn your life in a completely new direction. And there is huge importance in just one day. Change doesn't need permission or perfect timing. One honest day can shift everything. Start when you're ready. And remember, ready can be now. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. Patterns persist when awareness is absent. If it keeps showing up, it's not punishment, it's instruction. When you get a different vantage point, it changes your perspective. It allows us to see things that maybe we should have seen a long time ago. Distance brings clarity. Sometimes, stepping back reveals what closeness concealed. What was hidden becomes obvious, and now you can move differently. Why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday has already let go of you. It's not holding on to you. It's you who won't release it. Let go and feel how light you become. People often confuse stress with responsibility. Carrying too much doesn't mean you're doing it right. True responsibility has clarity. Stress often comes from taking on what isn't yours. In this life, you don't have to prove anything to anyone but yourself. You're not here to impress. You're here to grow, to live truthfully, and to be at peace with the person in the mirror. It is not a lack of time. It is a lack of priority. We make time for what matters. What you choose to delay reveals what you truly value, intentionally or not. Enjoy every bit of your life to the fullest. Your compromises and sacrifices will be rewarded. Even in hardship, there's beauty. Live presently, even when it's tough. Life has a way of returning what you give with grace. No one ever got tired of loving. They get tired of waiting, hearing lies, assuming, saying sorry, and hurting. Love doesn't exhaust us. Pain does. When someone walks away, it's often because the love was buried beneath the weight of disappointment. Never keep people in your life if they don't love and respect you as much as you do them. Love without balance becomes self-harm. Reciprocity isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The reason you want to be better than someone else is the reason why you aren't. True growth isn't competition, it's evolution. Comparing yourself keeps you small. Focus inward, that's where progress begins. It's not whether or not you get knocked down, it's what you do when you get back up. Failure isn't final. What defines you is how you rise, bruised but unbroken. A man must be big enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them. Accountability is power. It's not weakness to own your wrongs. It's maturity, courage, and the start of real change. Be the person you needed when you were younger. Heal forward. What you lacked can now be what you offer to others and to yourself. That's how cycles break. Strive to make small changes and learn something new daily, because there are always these experiences you have had to tap into for the future. Growth doesn't always come in leaps. It's in the small adjustments, the quiet lessons, seeds you plant today that bloom when you need them most. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. People will project, misjudge, and misunderstand. But their words don't define you unless you let them. Not everybody who speaks in a pleasant way to you is your friend. Kindness can be a costume. Pay attention to actions, not just tone. Loyalty lives in consistency, not charm. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. The ones that slipped away still shaped you. Sometimes a missed chance becomes the mirror that shows you who you are. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Perspective is power. Shift your lens, and the same moment can hold an entirely different meaning. If you saturate your mind with positive thoughts, it will sustain you in any situation. Your mindset is your armor. What you feed your mind becomes the ground you stand on when life shakes. You don't ever truly know another person unless you can take up residence in their head. You'll never be privy to their true nature. We see fragments, not fullness. True understanding requires humility, the awareness that much remains hidden. It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices. Talent may open doors, but character decides what you do once you're inside. Who you are is built moment by moment. You train people how to treat you, unconsciously or not. Boundaries are lessons. Every yes and every silence teaches others what you'll accept. Teach wisely. Never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by stupidity. Not every hurt is intentional. Sometimes it's ignorance, not cruelty, that causes the wound. Save your energy for what truly matters. You've got to know when it's time to turn the page. Not every chapter is meant to last. Staying too long in what's finished only delays what's waiting ahead. Learn to move forward with grace. If someone is trying to bring you down, it only means you are above them. Attacks often come from insecurity. Their need to diminish you says more about their fear than your worth. Never deny yourself an experience just because it's unknown or uncomfortable. It may just be a defining and wonderful part of your life. Growth lives on the edge of discomfort. The unknown may be exactly what you need to become who you're meant to be. If you only blame your problems on someone else, don't expect your life to get better. Accountability is where change begins. As long as it's their fault, it's also their power. Take it back. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven. Some wounds fade, but they rarely vanish. Be mindful with your impact. Some things echo longer than you intended. Things are only impossible until they are not. Limits are often illusions. What once seemed unreachable becomes reality when belief meets effort. Don't prepare the road for your kids. Prepare your kids for the road. You can't smooth every path, but you can build resilience, teach strength, and help them walk it with confidence. Don't be scared because you don't have all the answers right away. You will learn through your experiences and find your own way to happiness. Clarity comes through motion. You don't have to know it all now. Just keep going. Life will teach you. Just because you got away with a bad decision doesn't make it a good decision. Avoiding consequences isn't the same as making the right choice. Integrity means doing right, even when no one's watching. Speak with caution, even if someone forgives harsh words you've spoken. They may be too hurt to ever forget them. Words leave marks. Some heal, some linger. Speak like every syllable might be remembered forever, because it might. Don't leave a legacy of pain and regret, of things you never should have said. Words linger long after you've moved on. Choose them with care because your voice becomes part of someone else's story. Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. No one's coming to save you. The path ahead is yours to walk, and that's where your power truly begins. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. Excuses keep you stuck. Progress speaks for itself, and real respect is earned quietly, not shouted for. Opportunities can become obstacles the same way obstacles can become opportunities. It all depends on how they are being interpreted by the mind of a person. Perspective is the pivot. What you see as a wall, someone else sees as a doorway. Train your mind to look deeper. If you're going to apologize, you don't say, "but" after. Either you mean it or you don't. True apology is surrender, no defense, no excuse. Anything less turns healing into another wound. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. You don't control the length of your story, but you shape its meaning. Every choice becomes a line in the legacy. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Moments pass unnoticed when you're always chasing the next. Slow down. Look up. This is life, happening now. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Holding anger punishes you more than anyone else. Letting go isn't weakness, it's self-preservation. You can only lose what you cling to. Attachment creates fear. The tighter you hold, the more life slips through. Freedom begins with release. You'll never be able to please everyone, so don't make your life revolve around being accepted by everyone. Chasing approval is a race with no finish line. Live true and let acceptance come from those who see you as you are. Sometimes, which choice you make is not as important as making a choice and committing to it. Indecision keeps you stuck. Growth happens through motion, not perfection. Choose, commit, and learn as you go. Don't worry about controlling your emotions, control your actions. Feelings are human. It's what you do with them that defines you. Discipline is measured in response, not in silence. Listen to your conscience and do the right thing, no matter the cost. You can't put a price on self-respect. Doing what's right may cost you comfort, but it buys you peace. And peace once earned is priceless. We live longer when we are too busy living. Presence stretches time. When you're immersed in life, not watching the clock, you're not just existing, you're living. As we've walked through the 100 life rules that will protect your future after 40, we've seen that Stoicism is not just a collection of clever sayings, it's a map for navigating life with strength, clarity, and grace. These principles aren't only for moments of crisis, they're meant to guide your choices, your mindset, and your everyday life. Let these ideas take root. Practice them. Watch how they shift the way you respond to challenges, how they sharpen your vision and calm your mind. Keep learning, keep showing up for yourself. Growth doesn't happen all at once, but each insight adds to the person you're becoming. Comment, "I am a new version" below to let us know you've made it to the end, and that you're ready to move forward with strength, clarity, and purpose.